Yo, what's up, everybody? Good evening. Hello, Lodra High. It is indeed time to relax. What's up, Silver Mine? What's up, Chuck Carr? Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing splendid. I'm doing wonderful. I'm in a nice bit of calm between getting our whole house ready to sell, getting it all cleaned up and straightened up. That's pretty much done. And now we're just waiting for it to be listed tomorrow. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what happens. So, what's up, Emerald? Find it depressing I'm not the only following Yandere dev on Twitch, but also he's playing Yomawari, knowing he likes War Sister. Okay. Cool. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, other than that, oh my god, I've been playing so much Stellaris. I did what I said I was gonna do last night. I wiped out all the other major empires. They're gone. They're done. The galaxy is mine. I'm now cleaning up little pockets of resistance. I need to build up some big fleets to take out the Marauder clans, because they're disorganized, but they're also huge and very powerful for what they are. But I'm pretty close. I'm building Titans right now. If you've ever played EVE Online, you can kind of basically commensurate to that. Just giant doomsday ships. And there's actually 2 classes of ships bigger than that I'll have access to eventually. I think I just need to build a Titan first. I'm building a Dyson Sphere. Well, I'm fixing up a Dyson Sphere I found. I think it's easier that way. And a galactic sensor network. I can build my own gateways across the galaxy. I can do all kinds of cool shit. Very, very exciting. But I'm just kind of like grinding on towards the end. I'm honestly pretty excited to be done with this game of Stellaris, so I can start another one with a more conventional faction. As much as I like playing Terminators, it is extremely, extremely focused. It's extremely streamlined. There's just a lot of stuff in the game that I don't even need to worry about, like food or happiness. I see, Emerald. I see. So anyway, tonight we're back on Final Fantasy, and let's actually check in with our party and see what we're working with, because I don't entirely remember. It's been a couple days. Let's see, we're all level 9. Magic-wise, let's see here. Right, we basically have a lightning mage over here and our red mage. And I remember I was leaning a bit harder on white magic for Alice. Fire, lit, sleep, ice, slow, fire 2, lit 2, ice 2, fast. I think maybe, yeah. Fist and fight are basically the same mage at this point. Fight has a little more HP, at least. And then Dear M, Cure 2, Harm 2. I don't remember if there were any tier 4 spells that I really cared about. I feel like maybe there wasn't. Oh, okay. There are 2 that we'll need to get eventually, but we can save up for now, because the next tier, the tier 5 spells will be available in the next area, and they are expensive. I'm beyond sleep deprived. Sorry, I'm being extremely random. Everybody has those days. Don't worry about it. We have a fair spate of potions here, so I tell you what, let's get going. So if you'll recall last time, there are Kaizoku in the ocean. And we have to deal with this. Hopefully we can just beat them up and take their lunch money. Well, not like that. It's a little better. What's up, Naren? We shall commence orb. We're gonna get an orb tonight. I'm dead set on it. It shouldn't be too bad. I seriously think the Marsh Cave is like the hardest part of the game, and after that, it's more or less smooth sailing. Sailing. How about that? Alright, so here's the channel that the dwarves blew open for us. So now we can fight another battle. I don't want to fight sea hags, I don't care. Emerald, what the actual hell are you talking about? I don't think... Yeah, I don't think you can find much traction on that. And immediately there's a town. On the edge of a giant swamp. Giant swamp. Hi. Warriors! Revive the power of the orbs! So this is Melmond. Sarda does not fear the evils of the cave. That's cool. Who's Sarda? If the orb of earth begins to shine again, the earth shall revive. We did hear a bit about a rot that was afflicting the earth to the west. Well, this is it. I'm a farmer. Good for you. I am Jim. My home is the dwarf village, but I am here investigating. Hi, Jim. Pass through the Titan's tunnel, then south to find Sarda, the sage. I will actually show you that. In the northern world, there once was a prosperous civilization, but now it is in ruin. Well, that's a damn shame. What's up, Point? Yep, Jim the dwarf. So now everyone in the town just assume you're a local pimp. Well, with swag like this, how could they not? Come with us, Jim, to dwarf romantic. They say the ancient people used a stone to make their ship float. Okay, that's the second time we've heard that. So obviously there's something to it. Surely two people in the world of Final Fantasy wouldn't both lie to us. I have no idea what I'm going on about. Join the club, Emerald. This town was invaded by the vampire. The clinic was destroyed and the town was cursed. Well, okay, now we have an explanation. Right by the orbs. Unfortunately, you always get the same dialogue for a well. There isn't ever actually anything hidden in there. This is a tomb. I don't think any of the tombs in this town say anything particularly insightful. Is the vampire named Rick? Coach Ferratu. The Titan who lives in the tunnel eats gems. He loves rubies. Everybody knows me. What? You've never heard of Dr. Un? We actually have to remember that. Don't forget Dr. Un, chat. The vampire of the Earth Cave is stealing the power of the Earth. We need your help. The Earth Cave is on the peninsula southwest of this town. Okay, cool. To Rick the Impaler. That wouldn't be a bad porn name, for being honest here. One tombstone says, "Here lies Link." Does it really? If you know which one it is, I can go look it up. That's a wizard. Alright, so when we do get around to tier 5, we can get Cure 3 here. We get Life. So that means we won't be necessarily constrained to clinics to bringing people back. I'll probably pick up Harm 3. This is not Hell 2. Hell harder. This is Heal 2. The heal spells are like weak cures that hit the entire party. I've never really found them to be particularly useful, because damage in this game tends to be pretty focused. And just the other white magic spells at tier 5 are much more useful. As far as black magic, Fire 3. We really want to get Fire 3. Bane is like an instant kill, but I don't even know if it works. Warp will take you one level up in a dungeon. So if you need to escape from a dungeon, it's one way to get closer. And then Slow 2 is a more powerful slow. I mean, aside from sleep, we haven't really been doing a whole lot with status effects. I'm sure you've noticed it's easier to just blow enemies up. Weapon-wise, we don't need to worry about any of this because we have a Dargon sword. It's supposedly strong against Dargons, except that doesn't work in this game. Steel armor is insanely expensive and it doesn't matter. Silver bracelets, though, we might want to try picking up. Of course, I don't remember how many are in the Earth Cave. Alright, so let's go explore a little bit. This is not a particularly large section of the world. And I will show you that right now. I will show you that right now. Let me do it the right way. Alright. So we're on the western spit of land. There's two peninsulas. To the west is a cave that leads to Sarda's Cave. We'll go there first, just to show you what's up. And then on the triangle there is the actual Earth Cave. So let's go for a little walk. I have no idea. I don't remember what kind of enemies are out here. Oh, cool. Okay. I like fighting. This is actually a good thing. We can get some extra money. Actually, experience is going to be the important part now. I want to get tier 5 unlocked so I can get fire 3. This is also where the class restrictions start getting tighter. Of the 4 white magic spells that we saw in town, Red Mage can only learn 1. He can only learn tier 3. The black magic spells are pretty wide open. When Red Mage changes into Red Wizard, he'll have I think he can pick up 1 other white magic spell. I think I might just get out of here. I only got 2 hours of sleep last night. So yeah, dude, get some sleep. And come back refreshed sometime. Have a good one, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. Actually, since I mentioned it, I want to know how much XP we need. Alright, we need a lot to level up. 2,800. Okay, 1,500 for the black... 15 and 1,700 for the black mages. And also for M, so, okay. That's right, Alice keeps ending up behind because he keeps getting splattered by very aggressive enemies. Grape Wolves. I don't want to fight Grape Wolves. I have experience we're looking at here. I'm gonna go back to the guide. By the way, I don't remember if I really let you guys get a good look at the cover art to this Nintendo Power Guide, but I kind of love it. I kind of think it's amazing. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the default party, actually. Warrior, Thief, Black Belt, and Red Mage, actually. Actually, they are. They are worth fighting. Alright, I'm gonna blow these dudes up. Black Belt in other Final Fantasy games. That is a good question. I think isn't Yang's actual class in Final Fantasy IV something like Black Belt? He's in the neighborhood. Obviously different from the Black Belt class in this one, but alright, I'm going to light these dudes up. Hopefully. These do a lot of damage. They have 72 hit points each. So I'm not expecting... They have no particular elemental weaknesses either, so I'm not expecting one pass to kill them. Well, that one hit it right on the nose. But Alice should be able to finish them off. Do y'all get annoyed in RPGs when magic misses? Because I came up on Final Fantasy games, and magic never misses in Final Fantasy games. And so I got really, really used to that being the way it works. And everyone, like, I can remember... I don't remember specifically which ones they were, but I know I've played some RPGs where magic had a chance to miss or backfire or something. And it pissed me off so bad. Check out this festive fellow. No one passes this road. Alright, so that's what's in this cave. A guy. He likes eating rubies. Ooh, we got the Jolly Green Giant over here. Wizards can be nearsighted too. I don't think RPGs should have any attacks missed. I kind of agree, Kami. I kind of agree. I've really come to appreciate deterministic games. Where the random element is taken out and it's just down to your planning. I actually like that a lot. I'm gonna freeze these guys. I don't remember if we've actually used Ice 2 yet. It does a lot of damage. Ice 2 is actually a significant step up from Fire and Lit 2. I think it should be like, attack accuracy minus defense evasion. I think attack should always miss with some man. I consider chance to hit gambling. Oh man. Oh, good. Yeah, y'all just go have fun. I'm going to harm these fools. You know, we might actually wander over to Earth Cave. I might be able to clean out some of the treasure on the first floor. Come to think of it. No one likes getting hit and dying. I agree with Manic. Let's just make things simple, yeah. You know, you got a point there. But yeah, like when I was playing Star Renegades, I really, like, it's got like a turn-based RPG battle system, but you have complete information of what's going on. You know exactly what the turn sequence is. When you select an attack, there's no chance to miss. There's absolutely no randomness with attacks whatsoever. It tells you specifically how much damage it's going to do, if it's going to do any special effects, and in Star Renegades, staggering is huge. I think the majority of your attacks will actually push back the enemy's turn meter. And the game is entirely built around that. Because the enemies, like, outclass you massively. Like, the enemies are way more powerful than you, but you can stop them from doing things. And that's what the battles are built around. Like formulating, like, ideal strategies using perfect information. And then if the defense evasion is higher than attack accuracy, then defense takes less damage in correlation to perfect percentile 3. That's a pretty interesting idea, Kami. When we were playing Loop Hero, I was thinking a lot about evasion as a defense, like as a defense tool. And like evasion only seems to work well when you have like high volume of low damage hits, because then your evading attacks tends to bring you more towards the average. Like if your evasion rate's like 30% or whatever, it will actually bring you towards like 30% damage reduction, just because over a lot of attacks, that's where the average is gonna end up. Where it falls apart is where you have enemies that can like 1 or 2 shot you. Because then it's just like 30% chance to not instantly die. And in that case, if you can get your defense up high enough that you're not going to instantly die, that's a much better way to go, because then you have a guarantee that you're not going to die compared to just a really crappy chance. I like the randomness. Nothing goes perfect as planned all the time. It moves from risk management to a puzzle game without it. I think that's what I like. I mean, it's fine if you like puzzle games, not what I play RPGs for. I think I've gotten to the point where I only really like dealing with that kind of randomness in risk management game. I think in RPGs, I'm more interested in progression in the story. And so I'm much... Ooh, it's a tiger. It's 2 of them, in fact. I'm much more inclined to get annoyed if just by random chance I fail a battle and I have to do a bunch of the game over again. Like, that's not what I'm there for in an RPG, but that is what I'm there for in a risk management game. Super Robot Wars has the right idea with evasion. You can make some machines ridiculously hard to hit to the point where they can tank an entire map with mobs. Game with crit chance, that should act more as an attack modifier. Like in League, crit chance exists and can make an attack do double damage instead of a chance to do double damage. Your attacks should just have scaling off the crit chance. So you have 20% crit chance. Where are you? Oh god. I get nervous because they can't put every enemy on every page of the strategy guide. I get nervous when they tell me to turn to a page like much further. Oh god. Oh Christ. Okay. These guys are pretty chunky, but they're also worth a lot. So I am going to freeze the shit out of them. You take your 100 attack damage and make an attack do 120 damage. I see what you're saying. I think with crit damage though, I think the random oh my god. Yeesh. I think with crit damage, the randomness actually adds something to it. Like, randomness on the defensive is not nearly as fun. You don't really want to be rolling a random chance to just not die. But rolling a random chance to just obliterate an enemy is way more gratifying. I used to play Marvel Heroes a long time ago, and they had things... They had the funniest thing. They had criticals, and then they had brutals. And what it was is it was two separate critical scales. And so you had your crit chance and your crit damage, which I think base crit damage was like double damage. But you could pump that up if you wanted. And the way the gearing worked in that, it was really high it was really easy on a lot of characters to get like the vast majority of your hits to be criticals. And then brutals were like super critical. There was a chance that any critical could roll against the brutal chance and become a brutal. That was quadruple damage. That also had a brutal damage stat, and that one could just go bonkers. Like, you could get that one up over like 1,000% damage. So there weren't a whole lot of characters in Marvel Heroes that could really go nuts with it. But the ones that could, oh my god, they were so much fun. Because you'd be fighting some big tanky enemy, and their life bar would be going like doot 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 doot, and then it would go wonk. Not a fan of every game going that deterministic with their numbers. I can appreciate that, but it's something that I've come to enjoy a lot more now. I think just because I'm older now and I have less patience for replaying and redoing sections. You both have the same. I also think the use of stronger random effects versus guaranteed weaker effects is a good layer of strategy. Knowing when to take a chance going for something big or play conservatively for the sure thing. I think that's a good design too, yeah. Give people the opportunity to roll if they want. League is PvP, so you have to keep in mind the offense and defense has the same feelings on both sides. That's also true. Yeah. There's definitely very different considerations for PvP games. Like I remember way back when I played World of Warcraft. 5 damage kill. Like all the classes had different like snares and stuns, and a lot of the combat was built around that. And then when they introduced PvP, they had to scale a lot of that back because it was so miserable for players. Like nobody wanted to do battles where like the combat was based around how long you could keep your opponent stun locked for. I mean, the person doing the stun locking was obviously going to enjoy that, but not the person getting stun locked. From my experience, nobody playing League is thinking about any feelings on any side. This is bull. Man, everybody in these dungeons is like really chunky now. And I've used up my really powerful spells. Well, almost. It's bull. We might not be staying here very long. Okay, that was pretty good. Bulls have 164 hit points. So this one might be a bit of a stretch. Think about feelings on both sides of the enemy flames or teammates. I take advantage of that. The spell that puts clothes on these guys? No, unfortunately. That's the true horror here. Yay! When my teammates does something well, I compliment and stroke their ego so they do better. Good old psyops. Uh-oh. It's the earth itself. Oh, Lord. 288 hit points. And I think, yeah, I'm getting low on nukes. Put on 4 robes and wizard's hats. It's a bestie. Well, he is weak against fire. That is one advantage we have. He also does over 100 damage when he hits. If the enemies all tilt, I can exploit that to make them tilt more. They make worse decisions. I remember a lot of that when playing League. I think that's probably why I didn't play it for too long. Alright, well, we got a bunch of money for that. I think we're gonna leave. Because I have, uh-oh. It healed you. It healed you. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, Lord. I forget how many hit points the green ones have. Do something really simple like toast or some junk so you can technically have eaten supper without put effort in. Oh wait, does somebody not... Chad, should I eat supper, yes or no? I'm gonna say yes. I'm thinking probably yes, feeding yourself is ideal. We can finish this guy. Yep, 6 damage. Shame I wasted that ice spell. Bit of a shame. Yo! Seamus Dorakos, thank you for the follow. That scared the shit out of me. I was just expecting chiptunes tonight. How's it going? How are you doing? Ooh, I mean, it's kind of worth a try. Kind of worth a try. If I could just remember. 132 hit points. Doing good. How about yourself? I'm doing great. Having a lovely day. Let's do a little bit more around here. Yep, not too shabby. Played a bunch of Stellaris before the stream. Really been enjoying that game a lot. Oh! Apologies for our streamers pronouncing Seamus. I don't actually know the right way to pronounce it. I'm sorry. It didn't even connect to my brain. That would be wrong. Yeah, Hulk smash. This is a thing around here. Get used to it, okay? Seamus? Is it Seamus? What? Okay. Kind of like Sean. Ha 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 ha. Many say Sheamus, but I pronounce it with that. Oh, hey, in your face, chat. What? See, I know what I'm doing. Have a little faith, people. Just for once. Just for once. Why can't you believe? Sorry, stream is lagging for me. Got a fresh kid. We have a lot of good reasons not to believe. Oh my god. Oh goodness. Zambies. Not official Zambies, but of the Zambi persuasion. The Geists are the bad ones. But I think I can cook off the others. I think I used all my... Yes, I used all my hearts. Fortunately. Let's start using Invis. If you get team wipe 2 squares away from town. Fair. Fair. We should be okay though. Should be. So I think this is probably how tonight's gonna go. It's probably gonna be... Oh, that's really good. Bill's fan. I think we're gonna be doing a lot of short trips into the Earth Cave. I think that's just how this one's gonna work. Because the enemies in there are pretty strong and we are not. But they dump a lot of XP and gold, so... I'm gonna skip these guys. All the paralysis is not really fun. I'm not a fan, I'm a human. It's scary, there's my real first name is actually... Oh, wow. Interesting. What's up, Harnby? How's it going? It's going good over here. There we go, close call. Oh, we're out of here. Fuck it. How to stop just before we pronounce that as Francois? Cois? Francis? My employer was in the news today. Bribery. Oh shit, seriously? Wow. Alright, wow, we have a lot of money now. This is good. Say my full first name first. I want to know if you'll pronounce the right way. No English speaker ever did. Francois? Francis is that shitty little tech support shop in your suburban town. Ah, damn it. Level 10 is still not enough for tier 5 magic. Oh. What's up, Sam Kruger? Good to see you. Unsealed indictments today. 5 different employees charged. Damn. I got it! Hey, go me. The owner's name is Frank. Alright. Well, damn it. Well, damn it. That means we need to get to level 11 before I can start slinging big magics. Not too far, though. Not too far off, considering how much we're getting from these enemies, so. Alright, time for another trip. We will clean out the Earth Cave little by little. And I think we only need to get to... Oh, Christ. Okay. It won't be too bad. Man, they really looked at Final Fantasy and was like, let's make another. And another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. That tends to go with these popular-ass games. Wow, terminated. Game bringing back memory from 30-ish years ago. Started gaming back in '88. I think I must have started around then. Because I was born in '83, and I had a Nintendo. I seriously had a Nintendo when I was like 4 or 5, I think. I don't know how many of y'all were subscribers to the great Nintendo Power, but that's what I'm using to get through this right now. I've beaten this game like twice before. I always use this because it's invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. 84 here? Well, there you go. Never-ending story ended, Final Fantasy keeps going. They should have swapped names. Good point. Good point. Oddish is only 38. That's right. That is right. Spry little 38. No, I'm definitely 38. My birthday's in January. Have you guys seen the Final Fantasy 16 trailer? I have, yeah, I have. Looks pretty neat, honestly. I meant to, like, I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy 15, and I just never got around to it. The last one I really liked was 10. I didn't play a whole lot of Final Fantasy past that one. 16's too many. Never-ending story ended in my heart. Too large of a party. That would have been a pretty funny gimmick if after like a certain point Final Fantasy just kept adding like party members so that it matched the iteration. But then we wouldn't have had all those great characters in Final Fantasy VI. So I'm glad they didn't do that. Very glad they didn't. Alright, I need to save my fire, because a lot of stuff in the Earth Cave is weak to fire. Honestly, I should have gotten Alice Fire 2 instead of Lit 2. Because by the time we get to the stuff that's predominantly weak against lightning, we're going to have items that cast Lit 2. So. Last Remnant? First world problems. I'm going through hell trying to update a waifu game on my phone. It doesn't want to download the new patch all the way. I've had that problem before, and yeah, it drives me insane too. Would you dump you've been in my shoes when I was a teenager? I was in command of a squad of 30 to 35 other teens. Jesus, seriously? How did that work out? Gave Dragon Quest XI a try. I'm not sure if I'm into it or not. Might just not be the right time. Yeah, that's a platoon. That's a detachment. Sergeant Deputy Commander in my cadet squadron. Wow. Damn. That's pretty cool. For Rebels or the Empire. I don't want to fuck with this. Every single one of these assholes does stun on hit. And I don't know what the chance is, but it's got to be pretty high. Like 50% or something. We're gonna have to go back for more tents at some point, I think. Alright. Depends on which side of Canada you're for. Okay, so to give you some idea of how this place works out, the two left-hand paths and the southern path don't go anywhere. The left-hand paths actually form a loop that's really good for farming when you get more powerful. They're at the end of the hallway. For some reason, you get encounters every single step of giants and iguanas, but I can't comfortably take those right now. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to show you because I would just die. Thank you, so I guess you'd stand with the rebels. Kinda don't want to deal with anything but Jesus. Wait, do cobras even do? Oh, they don't do poison. They just do a fuckload of damage. Like a lot of damage, in fact. Let's not do that. Decent-ish experience, but man, they just beat the shit out of us. Alright, I'm gonna start dipping into these heal potions. I got 40 of them. They might as well do something. I think if I had gone the other way, it might have been an encounter. Possibly. The set encounters in this game are terrifying because they're always significantly harder than the normal ones. Okay, this I don't want to fuck with. These guys don't do much damage, but they also have poison. What's up, Cold Rolled Steel? How's it going tonight? Just need to find the Cobra Commander. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, we don't want to walk back over that square on the way out. We really, really don't. And destroy. 96 damage. Almost one-shot fist. Yeah, fortunately, fire spells do a lot of damage to this guy. Not enough, though. Oh, shit. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's ungood. I hope I can lowball. Fight fire! Fight with fire! Okay, well, it worked. That's all I needed. Just a little bit more to get over the hump. Alright, cool. Alright. Got some funds. I think I can make it down to the next floor. I think I can make it down to the next floor. Okay. Alright. Is up the rest of your lit. Did you open the other chest? Yes, yeah. It was just a potion. Really want to double dip these guys. Not that strong. Back up with some basic spell. Actually, I don't even know if this is good. Oh, okay, that's... Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, Oh, this is garbage. If you like the early Final Fantasy game, I'm wondering if you played Breath of Fire or Lufia or 7th Saga. Breath of Fire, no, but I'm planning to at some point, because I have it on Switch. Lufia, never. 7th Saga, yes. I rented 7th Saga when I was a kid, and that game beat my ass. That game is so hard. It's maybe the hardest RPG I've ever played. That game just kicked my ass. Both of the Lufias are good. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these guys. Pronto. I don't do that much damage though. Hey, there we go. Terminatus. I had a few less common RPGs. Like I have I have. I'll find it. Oh, here we go. I mean, I have all the Square RPGs. You don't need to worry about that. I have this on Super Nintendo, Robo-Trek. This one's really cool. You play like an inventor, and you don't really fight by yourself. You build robots. Your party is robots that you build. And you equip them with different commands and stuff. It's pretty neat. I never got very far in it. You have played Robo-Trek? Nice. Cool, cool, cool. I bought this, by the way. I bet you can't get this for this much anymore, but I bought this for $7 used way back in the day. I think I had... No, it's $7.99, Vesti. Learn to count. Never been able to find all those damn recipe books. Yeah, I didn't... Yes, Robo-Trek is Enix. No, please don't. Congratulations, Nemri. Okay, what was your supper? You have to share now. If you have supped. Technically, Vestia is guilty of counting too much. I really wish they wouldn't... I wish they wouldn't fuck up our order. Turkey melt? Nice. Very nice. I really wish they wouldn't fuck up our order when we get permanent status effects. Alright, let's see if we can get something done on the second floor. Ooh, this is actually gonna be kind of hard. I don't know, Vessi, I'm with Gnarl on this one. Simplified my sentence, which is an advanced English technique. I don't think being factually wrong counts as simplifying. Personally. Of course, you could possibly expect it that you were. Oh, goodness. just rounding. Okay. No! This is bull! Okay. Boo! Boo! I'm gonna ice this guy. I haven't really been busy ice. I use advanced English technique when basic technique do trick. Basic technique not do trick. Trick not do? Okay, that's survivable. Oh, damn! Alright. The reason I got fast on both of my black mages is I can put that on Alice, and instead of doing 2 hits there, Alice will do like 6. So in a pinch, like if we don't need to nuke everybody out with Ice 2, that's how we'll handle that. Okay. Cool, new sword. New sword get. 19... Hang on a second. Okay, this is equivalent to the dragon sword we just got. Cabin. 330 Gs. Okay, this is worth doing. This might hurt a lot, and we might die, but this is worth doing. I'm just going to... You know what? I might be able to get away... Hang on. Did I use up all your charges? I did. Damn it. Okay. Alright. Alright, hopefully this works out. Ooh. Ooh, these are kind of low ball. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. All right. I'm glad I backed this up with another cast. Okay. Okay. All right, one survived. We can handle one wounded green ogre. Which property will this sword have that fails to work because it's bugged? Supposedly it works better against water monsters. I think Nintendo Power invites you to equip it when after we get the canoe and we go paddling around the eastern side of the continent to deal with all those. Wow! Look at all that gold. That's a lot of gold. Did I grab what was in this box? Yes, I did. It was 330 Gs. Okay, can I... do I want to go deep on this one? Where are we on magic? Alright, you're out of really useful stuff. 321, 312. I might start running for more encounters that I can't easily explode, but I'm gonna try and get the other treasure room on this floor, and then we GTFO. Oh shit, trolls. Oh shit, trolls. We're leaving. Bye. Alright, never mind. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Well... Well, at least we didn't end up going, like, way deeper on that one. That would have been even worse. Tell me that one, jeez. Oh, dang! Zephyr the Skunk, thank you for the follow. Man, fuck your ass. M's just refusing to get bit here. Like, no, thank you. Just curse out the guy that just fought. No. I have no disparaging words again about skunks. I've never asked for this. Alright. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. Ow. No, not ow, but still great. Can't run. Yes, you can. I believe in you. Alright, I'm gonna use a tent. Because we're gonna have to... Okay. So, I get story-wise... The clinic in Melmond being destroyed is kind of a neat thematic touch because, you know, they were no, not cure harm. Explode them. Because, you know, they were, oh, fuck, why? Oh, if everybody's paralyzed. That's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. Fuck me. This might be the longest, most boring death ever. Yeah, at least not auto party wipe. Shit. Oof. These guys do so much damage against my mages. This is also exactly why I just used that tent. I'm cured! If you're wondering why I keep casting magic instead of running, it's because running has a chance to fail, but these spells that I'm trying to cast do not. If I can actually get one of these spells off, they'll all die. As opposed to us all dying. What is it that makes the... Why do the ghouls do, like, no damage to M? Commons are just really fast. Come on. No. Ooh. Oh, thank God. Okay. Ooh. It's a fair bit of experience for them. Experience is actually split between your party members. Like, each enemy has an experience value for them, and then that value is split between however many surviving characters you have. So if you really wanted to power level somebody, you actually could, by just letting the rest of your party die. That was clutch. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're good. Sorry, Vesty. M apparently rolled really high on initiative there. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Just this one. Just this one's gonna do us. No, never mind. Vesty just doesn't want the stream to end. It's admirable. It's fun, isn't it? These old Final Fantasy games. Lots of experience. Alright, we made it. Alright, I'm going to waste money on the inn, just so I have another save point. I think I can afford 100 gold. Alright, we gotta get back to Caneria. Alright, I also need to sail across the ocean with 2 corpses in the hold. That's okay. They shouldn't do a whole lot of damage. We know, Vesty. It's okay. We know. We understand your true feelings here. Actually, I could have just blown them up. We just stayed at the inn. Get their dead asses off the floor. To 40 gold for the power of life itself. You don't need. And that didn't restore. Of course, that didn't restore their charges. So. Not fight fist. Fist fight. Get it right. Pay the price. Okay. This is going to be the least exciting part of these streams, but I need to load up on these potions. It's non-negotiable. With the amount of money that I'm getting now, I need to roll with full stacks. Deep salute your shorts cut there. You know how I didn't actually like Salute Your Shorts that much when I was a kid. I didn't really care for the live action Nickelodeon shows when I was a kid, except for Pete and Pete. I loved Pete and Pete. But yeah, Salute Your Shorts, Hey Dude, not really my thing. Well, you know, the live action sitcoms, I guess, were the ones that I didn't really care for. Legend of the Hidden Temple is a classic, too. Was anybody actually a fan of Hey Dude? I never see anybody talk about it. Never. Wild and Crazy Kids, I would watch that occasionally. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Pete and Pete was the only one you care for? Yeah, man, it was so good. I feel like Pete and Pete would have done really well now. There's like a strangely timeless quality to Pete and Pete. I think because it's so, like, it was so much its own thing. You know? Such fun memory. Pete and Pete had a lot of bits that revival shows have. Cobra Kai or the new Mighty Ducks shows. Okay, well, I haven't seen any of those, but... I hate having to spend my money on this. At some point, he will tell me I can't hold anymore. At some point. Kind of earnest, but a little bit unreal feeling. Yeah, it was, like... It was just this magic touch that show had. Like a perfect balance of it. Yeah, earnest and real and revealing. But also, like, that childish magic to it. Sort of thing where you, when you're a kid, you could totally believe some of the stuff that happened. I remember very distinctly I think it was the daylight savings episode where they were talking about, yeah, we can't hold anymore. Actually, I need some other stuff too. Where it's like they pretend it's like time travel and it's this big deal, but like the main thing is that older Pete finally asks Ellen on a date and like totally fucks it up, and it's such like it's such an honest and accurate portrayal of like those awkward adolescent feelings, but it's also got like younger Pete doing silly shit with Artie and the whole time travel aspect. Great. Definitely had absurdity to it that didn't become popular in shows until decades later. Yeah, that's very true. It's very much ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Some kid having a weird old guy friend that thinks he's a superhero? I didn't think he was. He was. Artie, I'm the strongest man in the world. Oh god, it's all coming back to me now. The one with where they're having the lawn care competition, and they end it with younger Pete putting... Wait. I think I'm thinking of something else. No, that was the one where that was the one where younger Pete was grounded and he dug that tunnel to freedom that ruined his dad's yard. I remember that. I remember his dad found the family car with a metal detector at the beach. I remember they met I think it was the underwear inspector. You know how they used to have those little tags saying like inspected by number 31 or whatever, and they invited them over to their house, and he was like the most perfect, like he was like an order elemental. He was so perfect about everything. They challenged him to eat barbecue ribs, and he ate it without leaving any kind of mess at all. Oh my god. There were so many good episodes of that show. Wow. I want to stop streaming right now and just watch it. I remember Michael Stipe as an ice cream man. Oh my god, I remember that too! Oh, holy shit, I remember that too. Alright, what do I have? 99 heal potions, 13 pures, 6 tenths. Okay, we should be in good shape. And 10,000 gold. Yeah, Pete had some incredible episodes. Oh, I remember what it was. The lawn care episode, it started, I thought it ended with this, but it started with younger Pete wanting to find out what happens when you put a humidifier and a dehumidifier next to each other. And they exploded, and they left a crater in his dad's yard, like a couple weeks out from the lawn care competition, where he had to beat his asshole neighbor. So he was grounded because of that. And then he ended up tunneling his way to freedom with a spoon. And that ruined his dad's yard too. And I think they all learned an important lesson about priorities in life or something. Whatever it was great. Oh god, what a nostalgia trip. Jesus. I guess I should sell that sword too. Lawn more important than kids. When I finally acquire a lawn, I'll probably be able to attest to that. Yeah, Coral's just the dragon sword, but supposedly better against water monsters. We don't care. It matters not to us. A lawn in California, they do happen. They do happen. I mean, like, the entirety of LA is just shot through with sprinkler systems. Like, I don't think there is a single piece of grass in this entire county that does not have a sprinkler system, like, lying beneath it somewhere. Honestly, kind of breathtaking. All right, we are going back to the cave. I'm going to try and get that treasure room on the second floor. I can't imagine. You know what? I'm not gonna go too stingy on this because this is good experience and I need good experience. We'll just go until I'm getting low on magic and then we'll pull ourselves out. Gurnarl. You seem awfully squishy right now. We're mages. That's not really a condition that's ever going to be alleviated. I think M and Alice... I mean, M, for some reason, takes very little damage. I should probably actually put her in second. We can get Alice and M into a decent place, but Fist and Fight are always just going to take a billion damage. Our backyard doesn't have a sprinkler system, I think. There's a few stray grass blades still fighting for their lives out there. Yeah, here in Los Angeles, the climate is great. Like, the climate is great for grass, except for the no water thing. Except for the fact that it's just no fucking water ever. California had lawns, and I would have been able to get dog bounds. Aww. All right, I'm not bothering with this. They didn't have exit until 2. No, they have exit. It is a tier 6 white magic spell, and I think, hang on. It might only be white wizard. Yep. Red wizard and white wizard. So not only do you have to get up to tier 6 magic, you also have to class change to use it. So it's going to be a while. On the flip side, though, black mages can learn warp at tier 5. So that'll at least get us out quicker. I would love to have that right now. But yeah. It's only barely better, yeah. Yeah, we'll get exit once we're strong enough to not really need multiple trips through dungeons. Alright. Light y'all up. Last time I needed both shots. Yeah. Because now he should be sitting around 100. 50 is not bad. 76 is good. Oh, he should be dead. No, he's hanging on by a thread. Alright, should work. Terminated. Finish him. If I can clean out the second floor and part of the third floor this time, on our next trip we should be able to get where we're going. Should be in good shape. I really just bring the tents for the save point. Later on I might go with houses for healing as well, because the dungeons... This is going to be like the last conveniently located... Well, no. This one and the water dungeon are both pretty conveniently located. The other ones are not. Oh, fuck you, troll. Oh, come on. He has so many hit points and he's so fast. Well, if Fist is gonna die, Fist is gonna die anyway. We're not gonna get to go first. could have healed him. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I just assumed these dudes were really, really, really fast. Yep, you're dead. Fuck. Shit. Ass. Yep, time to go. Well, at least now I can nuke this guy out. Yeah, the problem with trolls is that they're fast, and they do multiple hits. Whereas a lot of enemies at this level don't. You know what? I saved right outside. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna see if I can at least get the treasure from this floor and get the hell out of here. That's not the right one. Close call indeed. Are you sure you've been keeping your equipment up to date? Yeah. I have... Oh, that's why. Okay. What I can actually do, I can spend the cash I've got on silver bracelets in Melmond, and that might make... Because that might be why M's taking a lot less damage than Fist and Fight. Yeah, there are actually none to find, so I might as well do that. Okay. Kind of a confusing dungeon. Kind of a bit confusing. Those bats are just annoying as hell. Okay. Bull should be okay. Bull is like a troll, except not as fast. So he doesn't do multiple hits, so it's not that big a deal. A couple shots of ice should do him in. Or not. You don't actually have to do anything particularly useful. It's fine. I think we barely did half its health here. Yeah, black mages... Well, mages in general do not have good options for defense in this game. Like, ever. Like, this is going to be a thing for the entire rest of the game. See, if that was a troll, fight would be dead right now. And Alice would almost be dead. Fuck, he's at the entrance of the room this time. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Damn it. This is super bad. I mean, it means to clean this room out, we're gonna have to fight him twice. Okay, good miss. Okay, that was clutch. 288 hit points. We're just gonna have to stab him. God. God. Okay, that's better. Ish. Thank God he's missing. Elementals in this game, for some reason, like, do not cast magic. And I don't know why that is. They're just really, really strong physical attackers with really, really big elemental weaknesses. Ow. Guy has to be close to dead. Okay, there we go. Alright. Good experience. Yay, wooden shield. 575 Gs. This is why I want to come down here. This is... No. Veto. Absolutely not. Oh god. Oh! Oh, yeah. Close call is a gross understatement. An absolutely disgusting understatement. Jesus Christ. Please do, like, all the damage. Okay. So we've got about 110 left. Okay. It is impossible to run from this fight, by the way. It is, like, you just can't do it. It's not an option. Oh my god! Alright. Okay. Well then. Alright, first things first. You are more likely to survive this. Yeah, it should. I mean, at this point, we run from everything and hope for the best. If I can get outside, I can use a tent and save. And then we can death walk back to town. Corpse walk. Dead person walk. This is fine, actually. Like, if it's asps the whole way back, great. I love it. That would be a mercy, because they can't kill us. Trolls were fucked. Bulls semi-fucked. Any kind of undead fucked, because they'll stun us. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Close call indeed. Is it true this in Dragon Quest have random counters because they weren't able to get the NES to show all the sprites? I don't actually know. I do not actually know. I feel like probably not, because Legend of Zelda 2 had visible random encounters on their world map. So. Oh good, yeah, cool. Woo. Woo. Says more to ape wizardry than anything. Yeah, wizardry was a huge influence, wasn't it? Alright, we're fine. Since there's a chance to strike first. And I have this extra magic that I'm really not going to use. Hey, level up. Okay, do you... Oh my god. Oh my god, you have to be level 12 for tier 5 magic. Okay. I may not need it necessarily. That was just the absolute worst possible roll you could have gotten for that spell. Like, I'm not doing this now. Goodbye. Close call indeed. Now you're just taunting me. Alright, back to Kineria. Whatever. Okay, obviously, that didn't work out as planned. But we did manage to extricate the treasure from the second floor. So actually, I think let's go for it. Let's go for it on the next trip. I'll grab those silver bracelets from Melmond, so hopefully my black mages won't die instantaneously. I think I'm gonna have M in the second place too. Like, M's healing is not actually that important. And I think she can take hits better than the black mages can. And the black mages are really important for nuking stuff out. Get up. Up. Good. Alright. Flip everybody around. Everybody's favorite part of the game, topping off potions. Who could ever get tired of such content? Ever. It's like a healing tax. I used more potions than I thought I did. Alright, there we go. And two tents to replace the ones I used. Did get like 13 grand from that. That was an extremely worthwhile trip. Shame it ended the way it did, but yeah. That was good. That was a good trip. No, I don't care. Shut up. Fuck off. Done with you. You and your stupid 1 damages. Yeah, I don't know, multiple trips to the dungeon might just be something we end up doing with this party, because it's always going to be so fragile. Later dungeons, you kind of have to do multiple trips anyway, because there's so much loot in them, you can't carry it all. Silver, good fist. Silver, good fight. Alright, fix our shit. Armor, whip. Silver, and silver. Okay. Trade these up to Alice so that we can more easily sell them. That should keep them significantly more alive. Okay, please do not accidentally sell the silver armor. I would be so fucked if I did that. I would be so fucked if I did that. Alright. So, alright. So at level 11... Level 11, you get extra tier 3 and 4 casts. That'll be actually really helpful. Fist needs 2,300 more. Fight is almost there. Alice is pretty far behind. Level 12 is like 4,600 away. Need better magics. Alright, here we go again. If you can get that off, great. If you can't, whatever. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Oh no, I'm so scared I can't run. Bad reaction. Bad, not how you want to handle that situation. Theoretically, a fire would help there. Help. Stop poking us. Security tent. Heal up all those pokes we took. I want to do as little fighting as possible. I want to get down to the 3rd floor clean and with plenty of magic. And then we can noodle around on the way back. I think someone said about preventing status attacks from enemies weak. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I had totally forgotten about that. What a weird little factoid. I wish I remembered these dungeons a little better. But I don't have to constantly look at the guide. Asshole. Because now I have to redo my order, and I hate that. Two different menus for this shit. Gross. I mean, on the bright side, we haven't run into anything really powerful this time. It's just lots of annoyances. I would take this. I will definitely take this over a bunch of trolls that one-shot us again. Alright, here we go. Alright, you see that room up there? That's where we need to get to. There's a bunch of treasure along the way. I am not going to bother with it until we get to that room. Bats down here are red. I don't remember if you can run from wizards down here or not. I'm going to assume you can't. If I... I feel like that's how they would have coded this. But 2 shots of Lit 2 should do the trick. God damn! Something's never oh fuck. Something's never changed, I guess. Ooh. Fucking wizards, man. Well, they're part of the big 3. With plenty of gold, though. Oh, yes, level up. Look at that fight level. Ooh. Ooh, these might be bad. These might be really bad. Shit. These are in fact super bad. Alright. I'm gonna have Alice and M run. I'm gonna have Fist and fight Nuke. Because we gotta get away from these things as fast as possible. Okay. Cockatrices inflict stone on hit. Which means your character is effectively dead. I have exactly 1 soft potion. Because they are insanely expensive. And I forgot that these things show up down here. They only have 50 hit points, but I was not about to fuck around with that. Fucking typical. Yeah, I can't really risk trying to run and failing against dudes like this. So. That was a nice hit. Alright, that should be them done. Almost there. Beep. Alright, we made it. Check out this dapper motherfucker. All living things were born to die. No one can defeat me, the vampire. As a vampire. Alright. The good news is that the vampire has very little health. He only has 156 hit points. Bad news is he can pretty much one-shot people, so... I'm going to hit him with the hardest shit I have right away. No hesitation. No, oh my god, a 90 hit crit. I think we win. 63 damage? Not quite. Okay, that should do it. Didn't get a turn. Whew, okay. Good chunk of experience, good chunk of gold. Alright, treasure. In the treasure box, you found Ruby. Alright. This might be unwise. Oh! might. It might, mightn't it? Oh boy. 8 very fast enemies who all paralyze. Isn't that great? Isn't that cool? And to apparently do a shit ton of oh, can't run! Oh. Goddamn heart. There's the ruby, a large red stone. So this, I mean, you probably saw during the loading screens that there's stairs under this. There is a stone plate on the floor. You sense something evil. So I think originally this was meant to be, like, the vampire was meant to... Okay, I'm gonna try running from these guys. Because I'm kind of out of stuff to deal with them with. Can't run. Can't run. Can't run. Can't run. Well, fuck my life. So I think originally this was supposed to be kind of a fake out. Like, you were supposed to think that the vampire is the source of this evil, since he attacked Melmond and they said he cursed the village and stuff. But once you defeat the vampire, you find this plate behind him that there appears to be some kind of evil beneath, and it indicates that the dungeon goes on. One of the things I like about this game, and I think is pretty cool for such an early RPG, is like every dungeon actually feels very different. And there's like a kind of like a different thing you have to do for each of them. The thing with the Earth dungeon is you go down into it and you beat it, but you don't actually beat it. Evil plated games. Oh, that'd be pretty good. Oh, that'd be pretty good Halloween name. Throw stuff. And then use a picture of the plate. Okay, hang on 1 second. I wanna do a thing. About by about the halfway point of each stream, the sound gets desynced enough that I want to fix it. I'm gonna skip the treasure again. I just want to get out of here. Third. Oh fuck. Okay. I might be able to harm these guys out of existence, but I'd rather just not deal with them at all. 80 hit points, do a ton of damage, of course. Also inflict sleep on impact. Oops, all mummies. For the majority of this game, you also don't really end up fighting mixed groups, which I think is really interesting. Like, it's almost always one kind of enemy, maybe two kinds of enemy. Usually. On the overworld, sometimes you get those packs of, like, different flavors of imps and different flavors of wolves, but they're really uncommon. I think later on in the game, they get a little bit more aggressive with mixing enemy types. And those can get really ugly, too. As great as an opportunity this would be to get a bunch of experience, I just want to get out of here. I just want to escape with the ruby and the progress I have made. I hate these bats. These bats add nothing to the experience. Aside from frustration. Oh, this isn't bad at all. Werewolf and Grurwolf. And they're really shitty aims. Werewolf and Gearwolf. Both of them mysteriously named Richard. That's one ogre. This is one ogre. I can do an ogre. Not if you do that, idiot. Christ. Oh my god, fine, forget it, y'all suck. You didn't want to fight the ogre, you should have just said something. Light warriors, I swear. Can't get them to do anything right. These caves are so confusing. Chance to GTFO first. The int bug really hurts, yeah. Yep, it do. I wish, man, I wish the Dawn of Souls remake was just a better game. Like, I wish it was more fun, because, like, playing this with all those, all those old bugs fixed up it's fun, but, there's just so much about Dawn of Souls that disappoints me. Really, instead of remaking this game, I wish they'd just patch it and put it, like, back on Switch and Steam. Like, don't redo the graphics, don't do anything to it. Like, fix the bugs, that's it. Definitely my favorite thing is a pack of like 7 to 9 monsters going first. You'd be down with upgrading the graphics to like Final Fantasy IV level. I mean, that was basically what Dawn of Souls did, and I mean it looked good, but well, I mean it's probably just me being a huge softie for this game. Honestly. Probably going hard too. That's not gonna get all of it. It's what's gonna happen. It's gonna kill. No, okay. I was gonna say it's gonna kill all but one of them, and then we're gonna run anyway. It's gonna be a wasted spell, but hardly matters. Dawn of Souls was closer to 6th level graphics. Oh yeah. That's true. They were higher. The character models were taller than a single tile. You're right, and I think they did the kind of like isometric tilt with the world map. Yeah, and more shading. Yeah. You know, I think with that in mind, I think you've got a point. Like, I think a Final Fantasy IV level of visual polish to this would be really nice. Yeah, I think I do. Ogre is French for ogre. Shouldn't it be lit ogre? You just have to, you just whack him. You just hit him right. Lit ogre. Now I sound like a French person talking about the Mandalorian. Alright. Let's go back to Big Chungus over here. Yes. I don't have to act like this. I did not know. I can't remember if anybody posted this in our Discord. I definitely saw it on Discord somewhere. But there is a... Of course there is. There's a Looney Tunes phone game that's basically like in a hero collector. Where you collect different Looney Tunes characters and make them fight each other. And apparently they're actually adding Big Chungus. I'm sorry, monsters do what? I'm sorry, could monsters not do that? Cast the yarn spell. Oh, if only it were that easy. Alright, I'm not... Okay. Hopefully it'll take a lit 2 and an ice 2 and we'll be done. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay, well apparently I made the right call, at least. Doink. Ow! Quit biting my white mage. Bite. There we go. I think I got fuck all for that, honestly. If you want pass, give me the ruby. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Mmm, it tastes so sweet. Rubies are my favorite. Blinks from existence. Again, in Dawn of Souls, he just kind of toddles out of the way. Also nice enough to let us raid his little treasure room here. Might be my monster in this last one. Nope. No problemo. Don't care about you. I think keeping... okay. I think this is going to be the difficulty in keeping, like, level parity with a normal run, is, like, it's not terribly feasible for me to just, like, auto through battles like that, and even though they're not worth a ton of experience, they are worth some experience. How would it work, actually? How would it work if I just tried to auto-fight through this without any magic? Well, that could happen, I suppose. I mean, these things have like 70 hit points. I wasn't expecting the whole team to do 70 hit points, much less one person do it. See how it works when you don't crit. Let's see how this works with realistic expectations. Alright, miss. 23. Miss. 20. Okay, so if we can hit, it does a decent bit of damage. And these guys don't do much to us, so I guess I can kind of auto through these. Well, until that happens. Swear to God, it's always something. Jesus! Accuracy is like the real killer with this team. Just whiffing all these attacks really hurts. I guess, what do you expect if you're trying to hit a wolf with a hammer? You guys can't stab the broadside of the barn. Well, they weren't hired to. They were hired to explode things. See, that wasn't much experience. But doing that every time I have one of those encounters instead of fleeing, that will add up. So. Alright, so why did we come over here? Well, remember... These fucking things. Ooh, I hate them. She'll harm you. We are getting, like... We are getting enough charges of, like, the base spells that I can kind of... I can use them pretty freely. Nice, okay. Ineffectively... Oh, that's right, they... Well, darkness didn't help him that much. Nice. My two blinded characters actually hit. Man, just completely fuck evasion in this. Who knows how it works? Why it works? Or if it works. I love this music. One of my favorite tracks. What up, wizard mans? Use this rod behind the vampire's room. Hiding deep inside, you will find the cause of the earth's rot. Alright. So that's kind of the Earth Dungeons theme. Go down, kill the vampire, leave, get the rod, come back. Not saving us? No. No, we're fine. Go ahead. I know you want to. Go ahead. Yep, I know. I know. At least I got the spell off this time. Yeah, the damage variance in this game is absolutely nuts. It is bonkers. Asshole. You're the worst. Let's see how this one does. 38. 52. Which is a kill. They have 50 hit points each. 40. 54. I wonder if elemental weakness actually affects variance in any way. Because I feel like you never get low rolls when you're targeting an elemental weakness. Int scaling would probably help smooth out the variance. Probably. Well, we should probably be glad it didn't have like a worse bug, like the int scaling worked. Okay, you know what? I gotta split you guys up. Like the int scaling worked, but it made the variance even bigger or something. Like, yeah, it added to the maximum, but also detracted from the minimum or something stupid like that. Man, okay. Alice just out here ruining lives. Pretty impressive. Do it again. Man, suck it, Gerwolf. I was gonna say, Alice was just gonna, like, carve a path around that center wolf, while the other mages just, like, poke at it. I mean, I say poke at it, 27 damage isn't that bad for an enemy with 72. Easy to forget the red mages are supposed to be halfway decent fighters. It is, yeah. It is, but Alice doing work up in here. Alice is still level 10. Okay. Il Cornuto, good morning, buddy, and thank you so much for subscribing for 31 months. That is a breathtaking amount of time. How you doing? How you been? I'm very gingerly making my way through the Earth Cavern. Ooh, a hyena! Ooh, that's new. That's new. Wait, where are you? Wow, they actually forgot to list hyenas for this section of the world. Not used to being up this early, but otherwise good. Nice. Hopefully not too disruptive for you. Great. Cool. Oh, shit. I literally don't have anything for this. Back to work next week, so I need to get used to getting up this early again anyway. I would really like to do this fight, but that wasn't much. On the upside, that means I can catch more streams live again. Excellent! Great. You have been dearly missed, believe me. Unlike these dickheads. You always get to go first. Oh god, I don't care anymore! I explode all of them. Did that seriously just do... Oh my god. Speaking of variants, I was not expecting Harm 2 to do less than 50 on any of these guys. Wow. Wow, it's like not even worth using over the base one. Should have saved that for another Zambi pack. Possible I don't like what that says about my psyche. Embrace it. Stream of your dreams. Really, that could sound really bad in the wrong context. Look at that. I don't think there's anything... Yeah, there's nothing getting Melmond, so... Alright. So we're gonna go back to Canaria, we're gonna restock. I am going to get... Ice 2. For a red mage. Let's see here. There is a lot of money left in the Earth Cavern that I really should try to pick up. So, assuming we don't get instantly exploded again by trolls or whatever, I'm thinking it might be 2 trips. There are only 2 important treasure rooms on the 3rd floor. I can skip the other ones. And there's two treasure rooms, period, on floor 4 with a lot of money. Why did it want you to hold reset when you turn the power off? I guess it's more stable that way. Keep a power surge from zapping the battery back up. There you go. Does M have heal? If you mean the group heal spell, no. If you mean the poison healing spell, no. I could pick that up too. Eventually I need to get Pure and A Ice. The group heal spell. I usually skip those. I don't find them particularly useful because they're so. You want to talk about variants? The heal spell. The heal spell I can get right now heals 12 to 24 points of health each. And it's at the same tier as Cure 2 and Harm 2 and A Fire. So, nope. And I won't be getting Heal 2 either, because that's at the same tier as Cure 3 and Life and Harm 3. So. What's up, Tarn Heal? Probably going to say I hope you don't run into Warmech later on. We might go hunting Warmech, depending. I don't know how it would go with an all-mage party, but... Yeah, I haven't actually found... Yeah, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of healing in battle, because, like, it's basically one hit. And that puts you in critical range, right? At that point, it's not really worth it to risk a heal. Oh yeah, you get healed 2 later on an item, don't you? It's like a healing staff or something. That would be nice. That would be very nice indeed. Alright, item-wise... Oh, I think we got a bunch of junk I can sell, actually. Yeah, I can sell a Great Axe. Great Axe and Silver Helmet. Sell the Dragon Sword. Don't sell the Dragon Sword. Hate that you sell stuff directly out of your character's inventories. I hate... Just... Can't wear that, can you? Nope. Fighter Knight Ninja. Alright. let's make a detour to Elfland. Oh, really? I think this is a good idea. I'm just gonna blow up anything that gets in my way. We'll stop at the inn in Elfland or Melmond before we make the next attempt. There's a lot more restrictions on red mages learning white magic than black magic. In fact, I'm not even sure when the restrictions on black magic come into play. Okay, Tier 5, Bane and Warp. Red Wizard can learn them, but not Red Mage. But yeah, white magic has had restrictions on for the red mage since the very first tier. Because red mage can't learn any of the harm spells. Actually, you can probably just honestly. Wow, that was terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. That was just god-awful. New Binding of Isaac DLC came out? Really? I had completely forgotten that there was new Isaac DLC on the way, even. That game really fell off my radar. I mean, when Isaac first came out, I played the shit out of it. I almost got all the achievements in that game. Oh, shit, you need fire. Oh my god, you need fire. You really... Oh, wow. Why have I not gotten you fire yet? God, what an awful oversight that's been this whole time. Yeah, M needs level 4 spells. Yeah, for some reason they're still making that. Who can say why, really? Alright. Yeah, we'll do pure, and we'll do A-Ice. And we'll get Alice Ice too. Fast on Alice doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he'd just be casting it on himself. So, alright, this is good. This is good. I want a mute. I'm trying to think of what in the game actually casts mute. I don't think there's much. Like, nothing except bosses even cast magic yet. And if I remember correctly, all the bosses have, like, they have, routines. They always cast, if they cast spells, they always cast them in the same order. But they mix in physical attacks, so you never know specifically when they're gonna cast a spell. And I think if any of them do mute, it's like really late into their routine, I think. I honestly don't ever remember being muted in this game. I mean, look, here's another case where if I get muted in the depths of some dungeon and absolutely eat shit because of it, open season. Yeah, I really just don't recall. All right. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot to mention. Y'all vote for our next games if you haven't voted yet. I am calling the Monday-Wednesday vote, the red ones, tomorrow night. And I'm calling the chill night vote, the orange ones, on Thursday, when we get back to this. So, and as of the start of the stream, I think both were only... Both were only decided by one vote, if I remember correctly. From the look of things, it might still be close after a minute. We'll see. I cannot remember if hyenas actually do anything. I don't think they do. I thought they might have been kind of like a bit out of their depth. Like enemies that actually do like really horrible shit, but I guess not. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, thank you for that. I'm going to be running from most stuff on the first 2 floors. Because there's going to be stuff on the other floors that we can't run from that I'm going to need all that magic for. You know, the real tragedy about the int thing is that your base spells never really get that much more useful. They're always going to be doing like 15 to 30 some damage unless there's elemental weaknesses involved. And even then, it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. Yeah, you know it had to happen. I will say it's kind of neat how... really do have to save my resources. The cheese caves, yeah. It is neat how, like, how threatening the dungeons in this game feel. I do think that's something that Final Fantasy games lost over time, is like the dungeons ended up feeling more like something to do rather than like this big threat, this big accomplishment for getting through. But all, like, the 4 major dungeons in this game are all really long and have a bunch of nasty enemies in them. Alright, so I want, what do I want? That one, okay. Fucking wizards! I hate you. Can I please just get you out with this? Please? 45. Ugh, these guys have like 80 health, I think. somewhere in the neighborhood. It wasn't terrible. Ow. Ow. Right. Don't really want to do it like this, but I'm damage. Ah. Okay. Eat Terminex. I was gonna say, just don't miss. All you have to do is not miss. It'll be fine. Yay! Using potions one at a time! Ooh, okay, well... Part of me is like, I probably should have gone and bought more soft potions. The other part of me is like, wait, soft potions cost 800 gold apiece. So maybe not, actually. Honestly, getting turned to stone might just be reset console territory. Super don't want to deal with that. Okay, good. Alright. Why not do this? Yeah. This is worst possible situation. Alright. Yeah. Well, the problem with these, Cornuto, is every single one of them can stun you with their hit. And they tend to be fast. Like, faster than us, so... Yeah. So now my red mage is out of commission. And the specters, the green ones, can do a lot of damage. Okay, I think we're good. Harm 2 should wipe them all out. Harm 2 is specifically anti-undead magic. It only works on the undead, but it does, like a tier more damage on them. Well, I think maybe it has, like, built-in elemental damage or something. I don't know how they calculate it necessarily. But this went as well as it could have. I'm glad I didn't have to waste any fire spells on that. Basically what harm spells exist for. Got a fuck ton of gold, too. Harm 2, what'd you do with the original Harm Burger? Gotta trade up eventually. I bet there's an enemy in here. Yep. It's Mr. Earth! Hello, Mr. Earth! 2 fire, 2 should do him in. Ooh, that's good. That's bad. That was an awful shot. That was great. How did the bandy formed with wind and fire? Wow, those were terrible. This guy is weak against fire. I think both of those were literally the lowest possible rolls you can get on those attacks. Interesting that even with the full mage party, you don't really have enough spell charges to always be casting. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I said, we have enough of the base spells, and I think that's how it was supposed to work. Because I think by the time you get to like level 10 or 11, you've got like a ton of your base fire and ice casts, but it doesn't scale. The problem is it doesn't scale because int is busted. So they don't end up ever being that useful, except in corner cases like that, where you have elemental weakness working on your side. So. Fortunately, you know, the whole reason this works, the whole reason the spellcasting side of this game works, is because they fudged it with items you can use to cast spells, and they bothered to put the really good spells on. So, at least it works in some way. We just, the hard part is going to be dragging this party across the line to get those items, and then we can start doing every fight. Because then instead of using our limited spell pool, we can just hold up a gauntlet and blast everybody. No, they didn't actually do that much damage. Yeah, Thanos snapped them. Basically, I think one of the best usable items is the Zeus. I think it's the Zeus Gauntlet. I think that casts lit 2 when you use it. I think that's it. The plate shatters, revealing a stairway. Yeah, this is one of the weird rare situations where you actually have to use the item from your inventory. Alright, I love this. I actually love this part of the dungeon, because once you get under the plate, the cheese caverns get even darker and more ominous. Okay. Oh, goody. Images, I think they might also stun? Yep, they do. Fuck, okay. Images stun and do a ton of damage, so... And I'm not sure fire would actually get the job done. I'm gonna try and just... Please don't hit M. Please don't hit M. They must... That was weird. Do enemies actually have individual chances to inflict status effects? I thought it was a blanket. I mean, honestly, I assumed it was just like 50% across the board. I assumed all enemy status effects were just a coin toss. Alright, we are here for treasure. That's a wizard ogre. This is not what I wanted to deal with. Alright, I'm gonna do a double dose of ice 2. See if that wipes everybody out. Because I do have plenty of ice 2. I don't know. Why did I target him? He used ruse. I'm an idiot. Well, 15 damage. Dark spell is a grit cast. Okay, so here's your spellcasting enemy at long last. 41, ouch. 74 is better. Oh wow. Did over 100 damage to a hyena and it didn't kill it. Okay, 98's better. Okay, he's dead. Gotta go do some things. I'm glad you came by too, Cornetto. It's always a pleasure to see you, buddy. Thanks again for coming by. Thanks again for subscribing. Thanks again for voting. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. This guy. Well, Alice isn't. Alice can see. Fine. There we go. Okay. Whew. That was a pretty good fight. Good fight. Good fight. What are you fucking doing to me, game? These assholes. These are the ones. Shit. Okay. I don't think I can run from this fight. Because you almost never get a second fight like on the next tile. So take this seriously. Yeah, 75 damage. That's good. Whoa! I didn't know you could do 170 off of that. Alright, so in the future I might I don't know, that's still risky. I might be able to get away with just hitting them with a fire too, and then each individual one with a fire. Trolls being weak to fire is definitely. I have plenty of ice. Ice isn't too much of a problem. So for battles like this, I have something for that. These are terrible rolls, though. That was a terrible use of ice too. Be ashamed of himself. Ugh. Critical hyena. Okay. Wizard ogre's out. Green ogre's not. Okay. All right, we can clean this up. Yeah, let's use some actual fucking magic up in here. How about that? Don't miss. Need hits, not misses. Shot. Okay, so I think I might have done this room about as badly as I possibly could. I think well, okay. Level 12, though. Can't really complain about that. Yes! Was it fight? Yes, there are level 5 casts. Okay. Okay. Now we're in business. Alright, I'm gonna finish this treasure room. I'm gonna get the hell out of here while I still have living party members. We're gonna go back. We're gonna rest up, resupply. We're gonna get some big fucking chungus spells, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna annihilate the boss. That's new. Oh, that's bad. Not even listed. Okay. Okay. That's a Manicore, not a Sphinx. Well, wouldn't you know it, Manic? There is a palette swap of this later in the game that is a Manicore. Imagine that. Actually, I think it's still useful to attack. Ice is nice. Okay. It's got like 280 hit points, I think. All the really hard stuff down here is kind of in that ballpark. Okay, cool, good. There we go. Terminated. Terminexed. It was worth a lot of money. On many levels. Alright, we are leaving. I think it's possible I could maybe get down to the boss and beat him. Ooh. Chance to strike first means you all fucking die. Or not, you could just have absolutely shitty rolls on a bunch of these dudes. They don't even have that many hit points. Yeah, from one perspective, it might even be kind of safer to go down and fight the boss, but because I have to walk back up through the 3rd floor. And that place kind of sucks. Hit basic ass harm now. But I'm gonna do it this way. I wouldn't want anything unexpected to happen against the boss or the lower levels. Harm did more of those two guys than Harm did. Yeah, that's variance. That is the absolutely stupid variance on spells in this game. You're out after this. Let y'all flip. I do think the game is actually coded to not let you run from these guys because they are a boss in the marsh cave and you're not allowed to run from them there. I don't think you're allowed to run from them anywhere. If I could get a level for Fist on the way out, 1300 seems doable. I was really afraid of this. Okay, good. They only have 50 hit points. So I didn't want to risk it with a spell. I don't remember getting turned to stone very often by these guys either, so if they might actually have a pretty low chance of doing it. But still, not something I want to screw with right now. Especially not up against 6 of them. just gonna keep happening. Whew, there we go. Let's see if this one will actually clean sweep. That went well. That worked out. And they're worth a good chunk of stuff. Man, the third floor of this place fucking sucks. I hate this place so much. Actually, I can cast Invis on you, and hopefully you will take less damage because of it. Right. Any two of you just fucking kill these guys. Easy to dodge. Easy. Oh god, if I get two really bad rolls on that middle guy... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Oof, that one was really bad, though. Alright, I do not have much in the tank for another wizard fight, so I need to get off of this floor. Like, post-fucking haste. Alright, we should be good. I hope we're good. Yeah. Spooters. At some point, it becomes very obvious, like, what floors have what selection of monsters. And yeah, it's not too hard to get to a point where the first two floors of this place aren't that bad. But yeah, from floor 3 down is just kind of anus clenching. Not a pleasant place. I don't really have anything left for these guys. I mean... I do, actually. Never mind. Freeze and explode these dudes. Wow. Did another... One does 148 damage. The other one does like 42. Fucking ridiculous. It might not even kill that one guy. There you go. Spell can do enough damage to one-shot a green ogre. No! Oh, fuck, no! Shit! Oh, I forgot I told him to run. Oh, that's like worst fucking case scenario. Because I really should have killed that guy too. Man. Talk about robbed. Wait, where's you? You need another 600. Is it robbery if you did it yourself? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, I need 600 more experience before I hit Melmond. Hopefully. Perfect. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Fuckos. What's up, Fury Fighter? How's it going? Normal. Never mind. Great. You have something you can do? No, you don't, actually. You're out. Let me leave. Can't run! Can't run. Cannot run. Okay, I just got up and saw me struck and you finally slept? Nice. I'm being absolutely slammed by zombies right now. Can't run. Shit, I should have had you cast. Should have had you cast. Stupid. Stupid. Misplay. There we go. The dumb part is that's not even, like, it's not even a particularly threatening fight. It's just obnoxious as all hell. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Feels like it never ends. Rick Grimes. I need something. I need something to make my characters go much faster. Is what I need. So I can go before these assholes. Look at this shit. These magic rolls are the most depressing thing. Unbelievable. God, just kill somebody already. Thank you. That was still a terrible roll. And then he does 109 damage crit. Unbelievable. Alright, still need like 500 experience. Don't call me Johnny Diz review of Final Fantasy 2, so that was neat. What do you have to say about it? Chance to strike first. Somebody has lit 2. Use it. Yep. Got it. I'm gonna finish the Earth Cave tonight. Don't worry about that. We're gonna go rest, we're gonna restock. I'm gonna grind out one more level on fight? Fist? Fist fight? Fight fist? Whoever it was. And then we get some big scary spells, and we're gonna go blow up the Fiend of Earth. Okay. I think I have one more left, actually. So that works out. Yep, I do. Wasn't a big fan of the grind. It's probably the darkest theme to all of Final Fantasies, and give the remake a shot. How to get your stats up slightly quicker in the NES version. You played an English translation ROM since the ends of the GBA and Famicom part. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I wouldn't mind figuring out how to play that game if there's a way to get through it that's not like just a huge drag. 343. Fist and Fight were twin brothers who wanted to go train at a dojo to become black belts, but their mother demanded at the last moment they switched to studying black magic, keep them out of danger. They're both good at it, but they resent the interference. They're more like savants than geniuses and prefer to attack when possible. That actually fits really well. Wow, we have over 40,000 gold. That is good. That is an exceptionally good thing. Actually, that means I can afford pretty much all the pretty much? I can afford 5 spells. But after buying all these potions, it can be down to 4. Let's see. Fire 3 for both of the black mages, definitely. Life and harm 3. You know, the thing about harm 3, I'm not gonna want to use it because I'm gonna want to keep the life cast in the tank. So I might just get. I think what I'll probably do is I'll get Fire 3 for both black mages. I'll get Life on M, and then Warp on one of the black mages. Final Fantasy II got a novelization? Like an actual, like, not like a... I'm sorry, what? Hey, I can't carry anymore. Good. Japan only and yes. Alright then. Alright, there we go. Didn't pick up any items. Emma's devoted her entire life to study white magic and healing, was delighted when she discovered she was a light warrior, delight turned to dismay when she discovered that every other light warrior was a Delont at best. And the team had no true meat shield. She lords her knowledge over the others and mock her in return for her horrible accuracy with a hammer. And where her harm spells experience the same variance as the others. Okay. Alright, we're gonna wander around in the marshlands for a minute. Sure. Literally forgot to go to the inn. Literally actually forgot to go to the fucking inn. Incredible. Also, as a main character and the girl get romantically attached is basically an adopted brother, so we don't... Yeah! Wow, yeah. Didn't miss much there, did we? That's right, I was gonna go get potions and then I was gonna go to the inn. This would be like saving. If something unforeseen happened, I wouldn't need to... Okay, I really should be wandering out here without saving. I might run into another pack of zombies. And then I am well and truly fucked. Oh god, if I only hadn't accidentally run from that pack of green ogres, I wouldn't even have to do this right now. Okay. Nice. I think creeps are weak to fire. Possibly. Fire 2 always seems to do a ton of damage to them, even if it doesn't against the ogre. What's the point? Everybody stab the ogre, make sure it dies, then work on the creeps. And unfortunately, this isn't a very threatening group anymore. Alice is the most reluctant light warrior, having been more interested in courting attractive girls and actually being a hero. He floats from interest to interest, fighting, magic, song, whatever, without ever bothering to put in the full effort. He become truly skilled in anything. Were it not for the fact the world's fate lies in the balance and handing up a sword and the spell and pursue his life's shield. He views the others as utterly hopeless and being in the same team as a charitable gesture. Oh, God. Monster Hunter Rise as a quest synopsis is also almost word for word Macho Man's rant before he fights as Peter's bonesaw. Aren't there tons of like deep cuts in oh, in Monster Hunter? I didn't know Monster Hunter had like a lot of referential stuff in there like that. Sure, let's fight a fucking asp. Why not? I love it. This is a great idea. Stab an asp. Get poisoned. Who gives a fuck? Rise's translations time it's all piss takes then. All I actually want is enough experience for my other black mage to level up. So they can get their level 5 spell. 2 Palicos playing ceremonial drum. 61's not bad. I think I just need 100 now. Her name is... No way. No way, that's kind of great. With dumb and tits. That's super cute. Sure. Everyone catches on fire. Yeah, it might be badumtish. Yeah, post them up in Discord. I would love to see that. That's great. I'm glad companies are taking localization much more seriously now and letting localizers do what they need to do to make games really entertaining. Oh my god, that's still not it. Are you fucking kidding me? God, just... Nuke. I have the spoke language, the Monster Hunter language, but my friend says I'm doing a disservice, so I'm missing a ton of jokes. I looked up the game fact with all the equations and found 2 things. Okay. There we go. Level 12 fist. Alright, let's buy some extremely expensive spells. Nobody actually knows what int is supposed to do. Somehow that doesn't surprise me. Monsters get a saving throw versus... Oh, is that where the variance is coming from? They're actually saving against magic? Oh, that sucks. Turbo sucks. Right, fist. Fight. %25 chance to take half damage. Wow. Sucks. Alright, I'm gonna grab Warp. You can't learn that. Wizard. Wait, what? Wait. Did I highlight the wrong person? There is your fire. There's your fire. Maybe I went all the way around the horn. Oh, okay. Okay. The Nintendo Power Guide fucked it up. Only wizards can learn Warp. Alright, well, fuck you. Fuck you too, then. Alright, life. That's what the magic defense stat does. Okay, cool. Got it. You know what? I am gonna go ahead and take Harm 3 then. Alright. Alright, get equipped with magic. Alright, chat, we're doing this. We're going for it. I'm going into this cave, and I'm going to destroy the fiend. Doesn't directly reduce damage as a bonus to your saving throw. Got it. We're going to run from as much bullshit as we can along the way. Like this. Specifically like this. Such assholes. You get a basic ass harm. You don't get the special one. You haven't earned it. Nice whiff. Fight's showing you up now, Alice. How do you feel about that? According to our fanfic, you hate it. Alright, that's a kill. Definitely a kill. $50 is right on the nose. They have exactly 50 HP. According to my fanfic, Alice is actually kind of into it. You know, you really don't have to be like that. Sorry, that's not correct. I will stab these wolves. I will do it. Man, I can't remember at what point our mages can actually kind of sort of get weapons. I know of one that's coming in the future, but it's still way far away. Since I have 2 black mages, I'm gonna need 2 of them. Yeah, we'll figure it out. What is Grape Wolf? Give me grape drink. 3 ingredients, water, sugar, and purple. God, I love purple. I was always partial to red, personally. If int doesn't work on magic, I wonder if strength doesn't work on physical. There's a bug. So there is actually a bug with physical damage, and it has to do with crits. The way criticals are calculated. I think crits do, like, physical crits do way more damage than they're supposed to. And it actually ended up working in the player's favor. Like, all the physical classes in the game are actually supposed to be doing a lot less damage than they are. Because of the crit calculation. So it turns out, in the remakes, like Dawn of Souls and the other ports, that's the one bug they didn't fix. They actually left it just like that. An 8-bit RPG with bugs and non-intentional broken bits, you don't say. Yeah, as far as I know, pretty much everything for the physical classes works the way it's supposed to. I thought there was some kind of bug with the Thief's Evasion, but I don't think there actually is. Because I know stuff like Ruse and Invis work. And I don't remember reading anything specifically about the Thief having trouble. Alright, it's one bowl. It's just one bowl. I can deal with one bowl. We don't use ice on much down here, so. Deal with just one bowl. Technically, yes. Just after he punched all the blood out of Fight's body. By some novel definitions, that is handling it, yes. Purple bowl gives you halitosis. Off to a great start. Please get the fuck out of my way. Please get out of my way. Right, this shouldn't be too bad. Werewolves can do a bit of damage, but it's mostly just poison. If they actually poison us. Got off kind of easy there. Close call. Warwolves. Oh, I like that. Weird wolves. No, there's no R in weird. Well, if you spell it in really fucked up White Wolf way, I guess. Yeah, I probably did Manic. I wasn't thinking about it very hard. Alright. Handle this way we normally go. Run if you can, nuke if you can't. It's late, I'm tired. I don't really have many other excuses, but I'm gonna stick with them. Same deal. Hey, we get a nuke. Oh, and then I'm gonna waste it by running. God damn it. Unless we can't run. Can't run. Never mind. Never mind. It's a high-level spell, and you took damage. Well, fortunately, like, Harm 2 is kind of whatever at this point. Harm 2 is not exactly mission critical here. And as you've seen, we don't really end up using the white mage for healing anyway, so... Chance strike first. Bye! How close are we to promoting the team? Alright, so here's how this works. After we beat the Earth Fiend and light the orb, we can head to the eastern side of the continent, and there's two things you can do there. You can do the volcano, which is the fire dungeon, or you can do the ice cave. The ice cave gets you the floater that gets you the airship. As soon as you get the airship, you can do the class chain. So technically, you can rush the class change by doing the ice cave and the Castle of Ordeals before doing the volcano. And I'm gonna kind of... Sorry, I need to figure out where the fuck I'm going. I think next time I'm actually gonna let y'all decide what we do. Yep, still lost in the cheese. Yeah, I've still got 3 shots of this. And I kind of figured that would happen. Actually, actually, if you want to get really crazy, there's 3 things we can do. We could do the volcano, we could do the ice cave, or we could do the Castle of Ordeals first. Because you don't need the airship to get to it, as it turns out. So we could do things completely ass backwards if y'all want. We could do the hardest thing first. And then go back and... Okay. We're down here deep enough that I don't really want to risk anything. I don't want to risk trying to run and not actually getting to run. Sequence break like it's Metroid! Ow. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Are any of these trolls so stressed out? You know, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Easy to die. There's Alice's level. They didn't get banned from Twitch chat or embraced by the community. Alright. Alright, we're getting there. I like these warriors or lighters stomping in their neighborhoods and giving them hell for just living their lives. Just trying to live their best troll lives. It just does crap damage no matter what you do. It just does awful fucking damage no matter what. I hate that. Okay, well that was an improvement. Don't miss. There we go. Terminate. I just poured heal potion all over Fist, who doesn't even need it. What was it did crap damage? The fire spell. Trolls are weak against fire, but they can still get their saving throw against them. All right, this is the bottom floor. It's a big empty place except for the fiend. Can I just leave? Can I just not do this? Can't run. Can't run. Yeah, the second one did do 50 damage. Because apparently they didn't save against it, and it actually rolled high instead of low. Yeah, my problem is that that's the exception, not the rule. Get the fuck out. It's this room. Oh. Ah, this is fine. This is fine. Actually, I'm gonna kill these guys. I'm gonna kill these guys. Because I am not going to need the tier of magic I can kill them out of. This is fine. This is totally fine. They're gonna poison everybody, like, super whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna need ice too. Somebody kill these spiders. I don't care who does it. Now, if this was zombies, if this was specters and ghouls, I would be screaming right now. I would be absolutely losing my shit. But these guys, they don't even do damage. They do like 1 damage if they even hit. And then we just send a wave of ice through them and they dissipate. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna make me use another Ice 2 spell just for that guy. What's up, Pancake? How's it going? You've come at a very auspicious time. We're right at the bottom of the Earth Cavern. I got a date with a lich and it ain't gonna be pretty. It's going. It's about all anyone can ask for. Alright, there we go. No, shit. You not. Oh god. I don't think it'll go through the door. There we go. Thank you. All right, check it out. I think you can walk over those spikes. I don't think it hurts you. I think they're just there for show. All right. Absolutely tippy top healing. Just suck. Never beat the Lich? Well, let's see how this goes. The Fiend's ball cracks open, an ominous cloud arises, and an evil shape congeals. It is Lich, the Fiend of Earth. Hello, it's a Lich. Lich, please. Alright. Fire. Interesting thing about the bosses, the elemental bosses in this, and the final boss. You don't actually target them. You just choose what you're gonna do, and it does. Remember there being a sword that dealt more damage to undead and I gave it to my thief who always doubled and still wasn't enough? Well, funny thing about that, Pancake. If you were... Well, which version were you playing? Were you playing this one, the original Nintendo version, or were you playing one of the remake, like on GBA or Steam or something? PSP remake? Okay, well then that should... Okay. That should have worked, but at the same time, they rebalanced all the bosses for the remakes, which is the reason I don't like the remakes. Just in case, we'll play it a little bit safe on this. This guy is undead. I can use harm if I want. Alright. Anti-fire. Defend against fire. Lich uses ice instead. Oh my god, that's priceless. I love it. Fire 3 does 75 damage. That did 156. That did 130. Okay. Alright. I just need one person to do one thing. There we go. He only has 400 hit points. So, as long as you smash him really fast, it's fine. We did it. Alright. Let me heal so I don't die walking up to this altar. Yeah, now you're gonna find this phylactery. Fortunately, he keeps it very close. There we go. So that lit the orb. So now you can see on the menu, we actually have a lit... It's such another guy's phylactery, I didn't know him. I don't know how many people know this, but instead of hiking your ass out of here, you just walk forward and it teleports you out. I feel really bad for anybody who played this game and didn't know that. Monsters strike first. Monsters about to die a really ignoble death because they felt the need to strike first. To buy more pure potions? I'm pretty sure I'm okay. And let me think. I mean, I buy pure potions every time I go to the shop to replace the ones I have used, so. But yeah, I think between 10 and 20 is enough. Especially these next areas, I don't think there's much, if anything, that poisons. Reminder of all the ideas for one-class parties in D&D. I did not have less than 10, but I do now. Fight Fist. You must have bought replacements when I wasn't looking. Dude being pissed off is a status effect? Isn't it for you? When I'm pissed off, I can't get anything done. I just grump around and angry eat. Do you play D&D? I was actually more of a White Wolf guy. I've played a tiny bit of D&D in my life, but I've spent a lot more time doing like White Wolf tabletop gaming. That was a long time ago. That was like college and the years immediately following it. I always want to try Vampire the Masquerade. It is fun. It is fun. You need a good group for it though, because it's done right. It's a lot of politicking. My group was more campy and action-oriented than that, and it was still fun. But I think you get the most out of Vampire if you've got a group that's like all about wheeling and dealing. I have no idea what New World of Darkness is. Like after, I don't think I ever looked back after 3rd edition. Because I went and got married and I had kids and I didn't have time for tabletop gaming anymore. The thing you're trying to do, you failed. The world's a crap sack. Well, to be fair, it was back in 2nd and 3rd edition too, because 2nd edition is, wow, damn, the world is on the cusp of ending, and then 3rd edition is, wow, damn, the world is literally ending right now while you're playing. Good luck, motherfucker. I don't remember. Here we go. Light Warriors, thank you. Thanks to you, the Earth is beginning to revive. Not that you know by looking around. Pass through the... Okay. Anything new? Most of these people... A few of these people say different things, I think. The New World of Darkness, well, the good guys lost. I tell you what. Let's... What kind of shape we're in? Pretty good. Too many children in the world already. What you're gonna want to do is go buy some party members for your local orphan. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Canaria. I'm gonna stock back up on stuff, including pure potions. And then let's sail out to Crescent Lake, and we'll end there for the night. Oh, you're out. Man, I don't even want to fight these things. You're not worth the magic test. Alright, pardon me for a minute, or 5, while we hoover up potions. So yeah, next time on Thursday. We'll be back on this on Thursday. I guess we'll head straight to the Castle of Ordeals and see if I can swing that. It's short. Castle of Ordeals is short, which is the only reason it's possible. There's a bunch of nasty shit in there. And then assuming that works, we'll go back to the Ice Cave, which is not short, and it's kind of an awful mess. But I won't have to flail around too much in there. So ideally on Thursday, we'll do the class change. And if we do that, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to just absolutely step on the volcano. The last time I played through this game, that's what I did. With a more conventional party. And yeah, the volcano was hilarious after that. Don't know if it's going to be as much of a cakewalk with all mages. Oh, there we go. The volcano is the dungeon in this game with the really crappy gimmick. But we'll get through it. Everybody gets through it. Somehow, some way. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be sufficient. Alright, so real quick, what we're doing. We're gonna go through the channel, and then we're gonna go south. All the way around the Marsh Cave. All the way across the southern part of the continent. To the southeastern corner, the big green area with the blue blob in the middle. Can you guys guess why they call it Crescent Lake? Can ya? Black mages can wear the starting cap and clothes if you really need more defense. That's true, they can, can't they? It's shaped like that, yes. Got it in one. Incredible. Hopefully there's some better stuff coming up for them soon. I hope. Shark! Oh god, it's a shark! Jesus Christ. Em just beat the shit out of this thing, and then Alice felt bad and tried really hard. Alright, so there's good old Marsh Cave. Glad we never have to go there again. This is the bottom of Elfland. Oh, there's... I forgot, there's actually a port out here for Elfland. Alright, here we go into parts unknown. God, I don't care. Fuck off. If you were actually dumb enough to let one of my mages get a turn, you die. Okay. So there's a huge marshland here. Absolutely no point to it whatsoever. I don't even know what kind of enemies show up there. There's a weird little desert here. Can't imagine why. And then this time M whiffs. Forces to dump out magic. Sail up around here. Seriously. Okay. Today is Oops All Sharks. Alright. Support. The port for Crescent Lake is way over here. Sharks do kind of live in the water. Yeah, but other things live in the water too. And I'm getting kind of annoyed with not fighting other things. Also, hey, remember this guy? He's just gonna be wandering around now. He's just hanging out. God Christ, tier 6 spells cost 20,000 gold apiece. I'm not looking forward to having to save up for those. Hey look, it's a big lake. Shaped like a, Oh no. Okay. I want to see... Good! I want to see how much damage this does. 154, not even that impressive. 93! 93! Watch this do more. 89, okay. 55. 62. It's a leg shaped like a backwards C. No, you idiot, it's a croissant. No other word for it. It's very specifically a croissant shape. I don't get why you don't see this. God. Scythe, you scrub. And you know what? You don't have to do this. You really don't have to do that. You don't have to do 72 damage to my white mage just outside of town. You really don't. Not like in your contract or anything. The spells also don't have to do crap damage for their tier. See, it's supposed to be doing that. That's how it should be. Alright. Town. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna save here, and we will pick up right from here on Thursday. Because people might kind of be interested in the surprising amount of plot we get here in Crescent Lake. So yeah. Alright, well, we did the important part. We did the very important part, which was the Earth Cave. And we're all teed up to do something really dumb and backwards next time. I'm sure that's gonna be a lot of fun. So tomorrow night, we are taking an evening to do a bit of a chill indie variety night. I'm gonna be playing mainly Dwarf Romantic. And then I may spin off from there into some other, hopefully chill, hopefully indie stuff. We'll be back on this on Thursday. Same bat time, same bat place. Picking up from Crescent Lake and doing the class change as backwards as we possibly can. I'm really interested to see how well this works with an all-mage party. Friday, we're going to be playing more of the Haunted PS1 Demo Disc 2021. That should be a lot of fun. And then Saturday is going to be more Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Really looking forward to that. Hang on, I have a picture of this place. My pleasure, not a roguelike, and everyone else who has come out to see this. Let's see who's up and raiding. Who's up and doing stuff that we can raid. That was how the words were supposed to come out. Not much of anybody out. Huh. Actually, pretty much nobody that I raid is actually up right now, so I'm actually just gonna let you guys go this time. Cute. Thanks, Manic. Alright, gang, thanks again for coming out tonight. It's been a pleasure, as always. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday for more of this, or just tomorrow for Dwarf Romantic. Yeah. Till then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.